Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some slip.
Peace, I am Abundance Child representing for AIR, Abundance Internet Radio. This is Abundance Child Worldwide. I'm here with Dr. Alim Bey, Messiah, and Iron Sheik from Canaan Land. This is Real Talk. We're down here in so-called Laurel, Delaware, where the state of Delaware does business. It's a true epic event for Moorish America. Islamism is working. It's all about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice right now. This was the grand opening of a temple here. Can you let us know what that was about?
The Moorish Holy Temple of Science, temple number 2F. Charter given by Dr. Alim Bey, Grand Sheik, coming from Supreme Grand Sheik Adar Talib Bey for the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. For those of y'all that don't know what the Moorish Holy Temple of Science is, that's the organic name of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and the charter in which we go by has never been changed to that name, so we still remain Moorish Holy Temple of Science. So don't think that we're not a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America. One thing that we're going to be dealing with here is we're going to deal with the civic side, and we're going to deal with the spiritual side of the movement, which is how the temple is supposed to be set up. So please, come on down. Eventually, we will have it set up so we can have the meetings be streamed. We're going to have the temple doors open 6 days a week. Log in, or you can hit us up at the Holy Moorish Emporium. There's a store as well available. The Moorish Holy Emporium.com. Hit us up. Peace and love.
All right. Can you tell us about some of your experience today and how you ended up becoming the Grand Sheik or starting this whole movement here in so-called Delaware?
Well, in 2005, I received my charter from Supreme Grand Sheik Adar Bey. He was in South Carolina, and about the same time, he gave me my warrant of authority. So basically, delegation of authority, which that we took back to Fayetteville. And we named our bookstore, we put it under the temple name, in which that we transformed into the Moorish Holy Temple of Science of the world. At that time, we already opened up about, I know I have, probably about maybe 11 temples. This is probably like the 10th, this is the 6th one right here. So it's 2 F's, so of course after 6, right? Okay, yeah, we got that. Right. So this is the 6th one, and of course, that's how I ended up, you know, Brother Messiah called me, Brother Industrius, we've been studying for a minute. And like I said earlier, before I even get the question out, he already given me the answer. You know, he already know, he already has supreme information and knowledge, because of his training already with the Nation of Gods and Earths, and, his whole upbringing, so, he got to memorize it and the understanding and understanding already down pat, so there's no choice but to, to set them up with a temple so they can, operate in the way they do, especially right here in Delaware, too.
Give thanks. Now, what brings you all the way to Delaware from Canaan Land?
Well, got the invite from Brother Messiah. I didn't know that it was going to be, these heavy hitters here. I just thought it was going to be bring some DVDs and CDs, set up a table, but it turned out to be a lot more than I expected, and I mean honors to the family for looking out for Iron Sheik and the Moors in Canaan Land, as usual, and again, we got people like Alim, Taj, Raz,
Taj and Raz were here, right?
Yeah, they were here too. So you have the master teachers, people who you use as foundation, and they acknowledge your position, not with titles and all that, but because we study and this is definitely a bonus.
So y'all are not YouTube Moors, Facebook Moors, Wing Moors. This is really real. Like, this actually happened.
It's real.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with YouTube, because the prophet said that the press is the greatest weapon, and YouTube is the modern form of today's press. So ain't nothing wrong with flooding YouTube with information, because that's what the youth, as well as the adults, are gravitating towards nowadays. a lot of people, you already know, our people don't want to pick up no literature and read. But they might pick some literature up and start reading it if they see something on YouTube that draws them into it. You understand? So ain't nothing wrong with YouTube, but I'm definitely not a Facebook more. I'm about to start being one though.
Absolutely. You definitely need to be able to take advantage of the social network.
Exactly.
They say TV and YouTube is like God. The internet is like Jesus. And the blog talk radios are like the prophets.
I'm all of it.
Exactly. So where do you think, I understand that you talked about YouTube, we're talking about Facebook. These are things that are obviously outside of our jurisdiction. Where do we go from here? You're setting up temples. You know, this is temple number 6. Well, 2F, right? So where do we go from actual realization and application of the information and not necessarily doing everything on YouTube? For example, YouTube can be a conduit or something where we have trailers, but we start building up our own infrastructures and institutions. What is this temple going to be doing to make sure that we go beyond YouTube, Facebook, and things like that?
We got to crawl before we can walk. And right now, we're crawling. And the crawl is for that when members come in here, they have a business venue. Not just like coming in here and hearing a good word or two and then leaving out and then coming in again the next day. We want you to come in here. We're going to have a business chamber. We want you to come in here and be able to establish your own business. So that way you can get yourself out of economical distress, so that way you can focus on your own spirituality.
You said business chamber. How is this temple connected to the other temples that you mentioned, almost like a chamber of commerce? Because now we're definitely dealing with the national side of things, because you're dealing with government law and commerce. How is it connected to the other temples? Is there some type of support base, or y'all connected as a network?
Well, all the adept chambers, period, is supposed to be a business chamber. The adept chamber, period. I can't speak for other temples because I don't know exactly what it is they're doing in their adept chambers. Some of them, I mean, I've been to them, and they're not utilizing these principles in the adept chamber, and I don't want to mention no temples. I don't want to, you know, badmouth nobody or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is what we're going to be doing is not that. We're going to utilize the principles that Prophet Ali established when he established the Moorish Holy Temple of Science.
Understood. Y'all don't see other sisters in this video other than myself, but there are many sisters that were here tonight. Can you speak about some of the things that the sisters will be involved in?
Absolutely. My wife, Sheikah's Crystal, she's the whole backbone of the whole business of the temple. She put together a Holy Moorish Emporium website, the store, the products. She makes all the natural shea butters, natural laundry detergents.
I testify. I was like this in the shea butter. Like, come on, I need
peroxide, food-grade peroxide. I mean, she comes up with another idea of something natural to create and add to the business every other day.
That's beautiful.
And, you know, me, I handle all the Grand Shiki guys stuff and the
This is beautiful. I'm really proud. I'm really actually proud to be a part of this territory. And again, I'm Abundance Child for AIR, Abundance Internet Radio. Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Some think sleep is when you close your eyes. The cousin of death is when you come and close your mind. Some think they awake cause their eyes open, but don't know not sleeping's when your mind's open. Most minds are controlled by finesse masters poping. Brainwashed by TV's means of real doping. Clouding your thoughts, your brain smoking. Token, youths today skip class cause their schools are joking. No mind stimulation, just simulation. To fall victim to enforced intimidation. I shake them up and ask constables for warrant cards, and will do the same if they shake me up and get me behind bars. When I shake them up, trust me, they're waking up. Watching God face to face on pineal taking up. They're not getting like shakes like chicken for baking up. They're getting shakes like 50 seizures when I wake them up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up.
Shake Justin Bieber out you with Lady Gaga. Shake a black to a more a Negro to Naga. Shake little sis like Honolulu hips. I wake 'em up by shaking knowledge like a North Star fist. I shake a youth man brainwashed to live holier. Shake a sister to reverse mind hypothermia. Shake 'em like a baby rattle. Wake up the cattle. Moorish temple cure your shakes from the Babel chapel. Watch the bubbles, industry rappers are bobbing for apples. Underground hits with select few like illegal tackles. Only four is the lower self, testing my strength in battles. Shake MC's knees like disease slave shackles. Circle 7 at 90-degree angles. Shake 'em up with truth, see stars and the banner spangled. Shake 'em up, watch their minds vibrate to put a tear in the matrix and open a stargate. Let the ancients come through too and shake 'em up. Some sleep, I need a waking up. Just accept the shake, I flow and give shivers and chills. Shake 'em like fevers, make 'em sick, I'm so ill. MC Mountain Builder, make rapping Jack and Jills run for the hills. Flow deep, feel the water just flush through your gills. Get so close to know the edge when I pop them pills. Or effects of slavery within me, give thanks Dr. Phil. Real Dr. Phil.
Some sleep, I need a waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up.
Vibrations from the beat had me shooken up. I enter through the stargate, woken up. Project with a muja to wake them up. A reverse pyramid just to build them up. They're searching for the alchemist, yo, what's up? Said it's time for some intervention. Come infants, let's leave kindergarten. Inception don't occur only when you're dreaming. For instance, modern day religion, foster your perception. Standing at the altar, collecting dollars from your pension. 10% to enter in their good book. Well, that's designed by a very good crook. But that's the facts when you read one book. I'm not trying to be rude, but enlighten you. Take you out the dark. Your mind is Noah, your macabre is the ark. Your energy spirals like a work of art. No painter, from the root to the crown, light force enters. I'm connected to the earth layers. Vibration increasing, catch a player.
Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up.
Sleep and the cousin are there, and me not part of the family. That's why me keep me mindset for life. Cause that them boy try deny we. Lies them supply we, no cause them a fight we. No pause them walk past the starving baby crying. Teach lies in a classroom, try turn with damn fool. I and I a living truth, I and I a God youth. I and I them boy can't fool. We know what them a do, them hide for we history. Them a go pay for every piece of lies where them boy try this to it. All the swine where them try put in at the dish to me. Only vegetation and fish for me. Me one with the land and me one with the sea. Nothing change on the sun or under the sea. In them books where they want we to read, why nobody not look like me.
Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up. Shake 'em up with truth, shake 'em up with some sleep. I need a waking up, waking up.
Wake 'em up with a back slap, some just need a